51 days until crypto millionaires are made. We're going to break that down in today's video. My name is Coach JV. What I work to do is make very complex macro and microeconomic strategies very simple so the normal everyday person can implement them. What we've done is created free resources for you so you're not lost in the shuffle. Number one question we get is, JV, how do you insure your wealth? I insure my wealth in tax code 7702A. Index Universal Life. In the description of this video, you can set up a free consultation with my licensed insurance team. I'm a licensed insurance agent. I have licensed insurance agents in all 50 states. In the link in my bio here on social or in the description of this video, you can set up a free consultation. You can also download my free book. On the back end of every single video, I break down exactly what I'm doing, and that explains to you with a free resource so you're not lost in the shuffle. All right, so let's dive right into this video. We are 51 days from what? The Bitcoin halving. Let's break this down. We are 51 days, and I'll break this down for you. If you're new to cryptocurrency or been here for a while, we have the Bitcoin halving that happens every 4 years. In 51 days in April, you're going to have the Bitcoin halving, which reduces the amount that can be mined. We already have 80% of Bitcoin supply held. It hasn't moved. It cannot be printed like the Fed's dollar, okay? It also is exploding and becoming one of the favorite assets of Wall Street. You're already seeing a parabolic move. I believe you're going to see a little mini pullback in April before the Bitcoin halving. Then you're going to see the Bitcoin halving. Then it takes about 90 days and you're going to see Bitcoin go straight up. Then when they lower interest rates for the presidential election, you're going to see assets go through the roof. It's going to be completely unrealistic what's going to happen. That's why you have to have a game plan. Wall Street wins 100% of the time. Yield my warning. Okay, so you're going to have the Bitcoin halving, a reducing interest rates, and your assets are going to go through the roof, and you must have an exit plan. So in this first video, we're going to listen to Kathy Woods, and she's talking about Bitcoin, the new financial frontier. We're going to listen to RFK and Michael Saylor as he talks about our financial system and why everybody is flying to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency as a flight to safety, when a couple years ago, it was rat poisoning.
Bitcoin, congrats on your ETF. It's done very well. You're number 3 now.
Number 3. You know, this was David against Goliath, and so this is a very nice win for us. Now, we're not finished, and in fact, in our business, what's interesting is the wirehouses which dominate our customers. So Morgan Stanley, all the advisors at these wirehouses, Morgan Stanley, UBS, Merrill Lynch at B of A, Wells Fargo, not one of them has approved Bitcoin on its platform. That hasn't even happened yet. And those are our primary clients. When that happens, wait until you see.
Explosion.
Huge, guys, huge. Listen to what she just said. She's number 3 for the ETF. BlackRock, I believe, is number 1. Wells Fargo, the big banks have not even approved it yet, guys. You're seeing this move without even the big banks approving it. Once they approve it, all your financial advisors who told you cryptocurrency is a fraud are going to now be selling it. You know why? Because now they can make commission off it. And now the bank will want to make money off you, and they will want to custody your cryptocurrency. So get ready. We are not even close to the moves you're about to see.
I think that to the extent that you rely on banks, clearly the world is waking up, and the U.S. is waking up, and they're thinking, I want to be with big banks. I wouldn't have my money in a bank anywhere outside the U.S. in a weak country, right? You need to be in a rich, strong country to.
So I want you guys to hear this. I've been sharing with you the narrative around the dollar transitioning, right? I've told you guys it's not going to collapse this year. It's not going to collapse next year. The dollar is not going to collapse, but we're seeing a weakening of the dollar. America is still the strongest economy, but a lot of banks are going to fail. The big banks are going to get bailed out. JP Morgan, Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, all the big 3 are going to monopolize the banking system, guys. They are all going to be custodying your cryptocurrency at some point. I promise you guys, we've been played this whole time.
With a rich, strong bank. With regard to what individuals should do, I think the logical answer is for expenses, if you have expenses in the next 3 months, you have your expenses in the local currency, which is the peso, the naira, the whatever, because it's legally obligated for you to pay in the local currency. For the next 3 years of expenses, or
What are you
1
about
to
to say?
3 years of expenses, you put your wealth in the strongest world currency in the world. That's the dollar right now, but you make sure that you have that currency either self-custodied or you have it in a bank that you trust. That's hard. If you can't find a bank, if you were in Lebanon right now,
Can we trust you, man?
if you're in Lebanon right now, you wouldn't put your money in any bank. You would actually put it on the Bitcoin blockchain. For any amount of money you want to keep the rest of your life, if you want to give it to your kids, if you want to actually retire on it, anything that's investable asset, you would put it in Bitcoin. You would put it in the strongest possible world currency, the global money, and that's Bitcoin. You're not going to get rich investing in dollars. And
So that's why I use cryptocurrency as a speculative asset. I use tier one capital, insurance. We'll call it the bottom of the risk pyramid. Some people don't agree with it. It's called tier one capital. You need to understand what tier one capital is. On the bottom of a risk pyramid is insurance. Okay. On the bottom of a pyramid is insurance. So I take out of these speculative assets, I pull down into security, and I keep 50% in my cryptocurrency. Before we kick it off, guys, I want to share with you guys, if you'd like to meet me in person or our Good Morning Crypto show and our amazing, epic host, Abs, one of the greatest hosts in human history, our tickets are now on sale for our Freedom Conference 2024. So it's time to take your wealth building game to the next level, guys. You're invited to join some of the best in minds in wealth generation. And remember, you are the sum of the 5 people you surround yourself with. So our conference is on April 26th, 27th. You get to meet me in person, Coach JV, get to hang out with us for 2 days here at our revolutionary 3T Warrior Academy facility. This will sell out very, very fast. The tickets are available now in the description of this video. All right, so let's go over to the next one. I want you to hear RFK talking about Bitcoin. They're all talking about Bitcoin, guys. This is going to be one of the greatest missed opportunities in human history.
Very quickly, I want to end on Bitcoin and kind of a more fun note. A lot of serious stuff going on. Bitcoin, you said you spoke at a conference, you bought it, you bought some of it for your kids last year. You more than doubled your money if you're still holding. Are you still holding? I mean, let's just have a little fun here to end the segment.
Yeah, I am. I'm still holding. My kids are very, very happy about it.
Yeah, what's Bitcoin's real role? There are members of Congress, both parties, I believe, that think it should be banned.
Yeah, I mean, they want it banned because they're being paid by BlackRock and Morgan and all the big globalist banking monopolies that are making money on inflation and making money by the Fed printing money. But American people, the American middle class, is getting rolled, and the off ramp from that, from the money printing machine is Bitcoin, because it is hard currency. And we need to make it transactionally available to the middle class. We need to make sure that people who want to protect themselves against inflation can have this, but also that they have transactional freedom. That the government is not, able now to digitalize our currencies, and like they did in Canada. Yeah. And when the truckers disobeyed, when the truckers protested peacefully, their bank accounts were shut down.
I want you to think about what he just said right now, guys. Remember, BlackRock, their ETF, I believe, is #1. Okay. Check this out. So BlackRock was tapped by the Federal Reserve to balance out the markets in 2008 and 2020, tapped by the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve controls money supply. The very people that told you cryptocurrency is a fraud are the ones that created the ETF. Think about that for just a moment. They're using it as a flight to safety. Then why wouldn't you put some of it in your portfolio and get some exposure? I'm not saying go cash out everything and go into it, but why wouldn't you have a little bit of exposure to cryptocurrency? Now, here's the thing. Wall Street wins 100% of the time. And I will repeat the same things on the back end of every video, because what you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes an unconscious activity. This is what we teach inside of our Warrior Academy. We teach discipline, consistency. We teach the foundations. We teach financial literacy, discipline, all these things. Okay, so #1, I'm invested in a speculative asset called crypto. I have a robust crypto portfolio. When crypto starts to go up, okay, when it starts to go up. I don't worry about when the bull run ends. I worry about if it hits my exit targets. We created Merlin, the smartest way to track your crypto. In the description of this video, you get 30 days for free. It's an interface. You can see the markets are green right now. You can see that. You can also go over to your assets, and you can create what's called an exit plan. Every single human needs what's called an exit plan. When you click on your exit targets, okay, you go over here. Do you see how I have my exit target set up here on the left-hand side? 15% at $3.70, 15% at $7, 20% at $10, 25% at $15, and 25% at $100. I am exiting 50% of my portfolio. So that is 100% of the 50%. Well, how do you know that, JV? We actually allow you to put in here how much you're going to sell, how much you're going to hold. You see that? Let me make this bigger for you guys so you can see how powerful this is, what we created. You can also put in your tax bracket. Okay. You can put in what you'd be taxed based on short-term, long-term. It's going to tell you exactly how much you estimate and are going to need for taxes. Remember, we don't custody your crypto. We don't hold your crypto. This is just an interface. So I'm exiting 50% of my portfolio. I personally am max funding my index universal life policies. Why? Because it secures my principal. I can get market-like returns of 6 to 12%, depending on the markets. It's index. It's not attached to the market. I also guaranteed my principal. I can borrow against the cash value tax-free to buy more assets. So everybody puts money on the sidelines to buy more assets. I put my money in insurance, borrow against the cash value to multiply my money twice. So if I borrow at 5%, I'm netting, if I'm making 2% in the market, I net 2% on my money and I'm getting free money to buy more assets. Does that make sense? You'll never see me with a liability unless it's paid for by an asset, which is extremely, extremely important. So from there, I'm going to be buying real estate, more real estate. I'm going to be buying more precious metals. I'll be buying back into the crypto markets when it dips. It's a very easy cycle that all the middle class should learn to do. Wall Street wins 100% of the time. You have to have an exit plan. It doesn't matter when the bull run ends. It matters if you hit your exit targets, and it matters if you're disciplined enough to pull out before Wall Street pulls the plug on you, before Wall Street rug pulls on you, before your favorite crypto influencer rug pulls on you. Very important, guys. You got to make sure you don't get rug pulled. And you get rug pulled by having a game plan, by creating your own sovereignty in your own wealth. So I hope this information helps. Everything you need in the description of this video. We love you guys. I'll see you at the Freedom Conference. As we always say, warriors, rise, get your shit together. Let's go.